Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm sitting down this morning in my studio to do a little bit of brainstorming, maybe a little bit of like planning. It is December 22nd, so I have a couple of days before Christmas and just a couple of weeks to the end of the year, and I am off work. I work at a college, and we're closed. Our campus is closed until after the new year, so I have some time off. I am busy with Christmas holiday stuff, but I have more time to be in my studio, especially early in the day when I'm the most creative. Um, so I have more time right now. Oh, I'm sorry about the noise in the background. That's my printer. I'm printing some stuff for a project. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Anyway, I've got some time. I've got some time off, and I want to accomplish a few things in my studio. I'm not going to make a huge list. I could do that. I have that many projects in the works, but I'm going to try to prioritize. So, the number one thing that I want to finish by the end of the year is my Oracle deck. That is my number one priority right now. At least by the end of the year. I guess my number one priority really are the holiday gifts that I'm making. So I'm going to put holiday gifts just above Oracle deck because I have a lot less time to do these. I've only got 3 days. I've only got 3 days left to get these finished, whereas I have until the end of the year to get this done. But these are my top two priorities. I'm not going to be super specific about these holiday gifts because I am posting this information and the people who are receiving these gifts might watch these videos, hypothetically. And so I don't want to give too much away, but I am working on 4 different handmade artsy gifts. Then my Oracle deck is a definite priority. Um, these are really the big ones. Anything over and above this is, the icing on the cake, so to speak. I would like to maybe work on, perhaps finish. I'm hesitant to write down finish as a goal because who knows if I'll get there. Um, but I want to make some progress on my Amsterdam journal. And I would also like to start. That's an action word that I can use in a goal list because it's easy to at least start, and then I feel like I've done something. I want to at least start the Florida journal. I have all those materials just sitting nearby in a bag, and I want to at least start, like, I want to build the journal itself even if I don't yet start putting things in it. So yeah, is this too far away for you to be able to see any of these notes? Is it better? Now my shadow is weird. Maybe that's better. There we go. We've got holiday gifts, Oracle deck, Amsterdam journal, and start Florida journal. I think I'm going to leave it there. There are several other things that I can work on. Cascade journal. I've been doing these diamond paintings. Diamond painting. It's really just sticky. You're just sticking like these little gems down. Not even gems. They're plastic. Um, Down onto like sticky backing. Uh, but it's been so much, like, it's so relaxing and pretty. And so I've been doing some of these. And I have a few more of those. So I might potentially do some more of that. I obviously could just do some art journaling, of course, and finishing up this actually probably belongs up here. By the end of the year, I want to finish my 2025 like weekly memory keeping journal. And that involves doing like a um, year in review. Let's call it that, year in review. All right, so here are my goals for the rest of this year. I've got about 2 weeks off, and I'm going to finish 4 holiday gifts. I'm going to finish my Oracle deck. I'm going to make progress in my Amsterdam journal and start the Florida journal. I do want to finish. Sorry, I'm leaning away from the microphone here. I do want to finish my 2025 weekly journal, including a year in review section in the back where I kind of gather all of the things that I've accomplished this year. And I paste in things like my Spotify wrapped statistics and the books that I've read this year, things like that. Then I could, in other moments, work on my Cascade journal, some diamond painting, or some general art journaling projects. If I have additional time or additional energy. But I really do want to focus on these top few priorities. So that's going to be my goal. With that said, I should be working on a holiday gift right now. That's actually what's over there printing on the printer. That's what's making all the noise in the background. But I don't want to do that on camera because, obviously, I don't want to give away those holiday secrets. So I think what I would like to do today is work a little bit on my Oracle deck, since that is my second biggest priority. Here's where I'm at on that process. I need to put these away. I have finished the embossing on the front of all the cards. Some of them are very messy. Like this one, you can hardly even see the "I will." For whatever reason, it just didn't stick very well. Some of them are just blurry and hard to read. All the ones that I'm finding have been pretty good, but I promise you there are some in here that are not great. Where did they go? That one's kind of tough to read. Right, today I will. This one, the W is kind of just a blob. This one has a lot of like extra embossing around the edges. It wasn't super neat or careful. But I can say that they are all done, however imperfectly. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. As I was working on it, I could have decided at this point to like redo this to make it a little bit clearer, a little bit neater, but I deliberately decided to leave it this way because, life is imperfect. Sorry, I had to pause it there and stop my dog from barking because, of course, he's barking in the background. um, so I deliberately left these imperfect. I think that that is certainly a more authentic experience of my life rather than trying to pretend that everything is perfect all the time. I also, these are not all identical sizes. I had to buy additional cards and they are slightly off. I don't know if you can tell, but like some of them are a tiny bit taller than others. And as I trimmed the edges, some of the edges are not super neat either. And all of that is okay. I kind of love it. I love that it makes these feel very handmade, very personal to me. I have poured my time and energy and into every step of this process. So the next part of the process is to glue my images that I selected. These are all just Pinterest images. I would like someday to do a set of these using my own photography, but not today, not this deck. I will do another deck. And so I'm going to glue these images down on the back, and then I'm going to write a little. There goes the dog again. So here's the problem. We have our front window, like the blinds are open just a little bit. And if the dog can see out of the window, then he will bark at everything. Everybody walking by, a car door that he hears, like literally anything. So it would make sense to close the window, but the cat wants to look out the window. And if we keep the window closed, then the cat will absolutely destroy the blinds, trying to stick her head through them and like climb through them to see. So the dilemma is I'm either dealing with the cat mangling the blinds and making a racket that way, or the dog barking because the blinds are open. I really don't know what the solution is. We try to open a window in the other room, the blinds up in the den so that the cat can look out, but she wants to be in the front. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'll just pause whenever the dog gets going. So that's my plan right now, is to start attaching these. Here, it's going to be pretty mindless. So I might just speed you guys up while I just glue these down and put some music on in the background or something. I'll probably listen to an audiobook. And yeah, I'll check back in with you. There are 80 of these to do, so I'm not even sure if I'll get them all done right now, but I might work on that for a little while this morning. And I'll come back and I'll see you in a little bit and we'll see how far I've gotten. If anyone is interested, the book that I'm listening to right now is I Hope This Finds You Well by Natalie Sue, and it's actually really good. I'm really enjoying this one. It's got a very interesting writing style, which always kind of draws me in. So anyway, if anyone was looking for a book recommendation, this is a pretty cute one. right, folks, I am back and I am finished. I did all 80 cards. I definitely learned some lessons along the way. I needed to switch to a less liquid glue. The first one that I did had lots of bubbles in the paper, and I realized that I would be better off using like a thicker glue rather than this medium. I ended up using a matte gel, and it worked much better. I still had to smooth out some of the wrinkles, and I still do have some bubbles here and there, but it's definitely better than it was. I wish that I had thought ahead to create more contrast. Like the lighter cards with the lighter pictures, I think create less contrast, whereas the darker picture on the lighter card works better, and then vice versa also. Like the darker picture on the darker card is not as impactful as a lighter picture on the darker card. So I wish I had planned ahead a little bit better. I really just went through it pretty randomly. I just went through the pile, and I did all of the light ones first. So they're kind of down here on the bottom of the pile. I did the light ones first. I used the lines on the original cards that kind of, you can see like the line from the gosh, my brain is fried. The line from the original flashcard behind the tissue paper is what I was using to line up the pictures. And then on the darker cards, I used the lines of text as much as possible. So it definitely, I'm really excited. I'm thrilled with these. It was so much fun going through them and taking a look at these images again. They've just been in a pile on my desk, and I haven't really spent a lot of time like digging into the pictures or looking at them past the point where I initially pulled them onto the cards. And I was reminded going through them today how much I love these pictures, how inspiring they are, and how just beautiful and um, yeah, just they speak to me. They're very resonant. And I think that the pictures are really the reason why I wanted to make this uh, project to begin with. I wanted a way to kind of honor and remember and recognize these just tiny moments of joy and magic in everyday things. So I'm on my way. I did this took an hour and 45 minutes for me to add all these pictures. I just listened to my audiobook while I was doing it, and I'm really close to the end of this project. The only thing that I want to do now is add some text. I had some sample ones kind of written out on like book paper, where I want to put just a little comment I want to finish the statement. Today I will, and then like an intention for the day. And I'm thinking, though, this is done on like book paper that I had cut. I'm thinking about maybe using this other paper that I just ordered for a different project, but it's basically printer paper that looks like old paper. And I was thinking about maybe just cutting this and writing on it. The other alternative would be like label stickers, and maybe if I can age them ahead of time and make them look kind of, vintagey, and then write on them and then stick them down. I probably would still want to glue them. But yeah, the other thing that I want to think about, since I didn't really plan ahead with the pictures on the card backgrounds, like I was saying, I do want to plan ahead a little bit with the messages. Like I don't want to repeat messages too much. I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to handle this. Like maybe I want to write the messages out and then put them on there temporarily so that later if I decide I want to change the message to a different picture that I think fits better, then I'll have some flexibility maybe to do that. I'm not sure how I want to handle that. If you have any suggestions, feel free to comment and let me know how you would handle it. I just think that there are several pictures that could mean the same thing, and so I'm not exactly sure what I want to say about each one. I might want to kind of draft it out before I make it permanent. But that is a problem for another day. Today, I finished this part of the process and I'm really excited about my progress. I am sure that I'm going to be finished by the end of the year, which was my goal. And I feel like I made big steps today towards getting there. So thank you for joining me. I would love to hear any comments or suggestions that you have for the last bit of this project. And I hope that you enjoyed your time with me in the studio today. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, folks.